You have questions and I've got answers, so stay tuned because today is Q&A. Welcome back for our fitness viewers. Today we're going to answer your questions and your comments. You guys have been leaving a lot of comments about topics that you want to see discussed. Today we're going to get right into it. Our first question today comes from Levi. He asks, is plant-based diets better than paleo diets and why? Great question, Levi. Now for those who aren't familiar with the paleo or the vegan diet, I'll break it down for you. The paleo diet is based around foods that the early humans were presumed to have eaten. Wild meats, seeds, nuts, berries, things that are readily available. There were no Walmarts back then. It was just whatever you caught is what you ate. Some pros of this diet is high in protein and omega-3 fatty acids. So this is key if you're trying to build muscle. Now, in my opinion, eating unprocessed natural food is always a good idea, but there are some cons. Eating too much red meat has been linked to heart disease. Also, the quality of the meat is the real concern. So shrimp, tilapia, these are bottom feeder fish. If you're eating a lot of these things, there's a lot of toxins in the fish, so it's not the highest quality of meat source that you can get. Also pork, another fatty meat that's full of toxins, not really the best choice for you. So for a traditional vegan diet, you don't consume any animal products, period. So no meat, no eggs, no dairy, anything that's linked to animals, you don't have it. Just straight fruits and vegetables. Some benefits to eating fruits and vegetables, it will help revitalize your body, skin, hair, nails, because obviously you're going to be getting a lot more vitamins and minerals than you probably normally do. But there are also some cons. Calcium, B12, amino acids. These are just some of the vitamins and minerals that you will not get on a vegan diet. So depending on your fitness goals, it might not be ideal for you to follow a vegan diet. And you might have to supplement certain vitamins and minerals if you're going to continue on this diet. All in all, two very great diets. They both have their benefits. For me personally, if I was looking to lose weight and cut, I would stick with the vegan diet. Obviously, cutting out all those processed foods is going to help me shed the pounds off quick. Now, if I'm trying to build mass and bulk up, I'm definitely going to go with the paleo diet. Again, it's high in the protein and more amino acids, so it's going to be better for repair and help me build stronger, fuller muscles. Next, we have D and Ozzy, who write in, where does someone who's out of shape begin, and what are some things that I should be doing right now? That's really a big question, because really the only person stopping you is you. If you really want to get after, if you really want to get in shape, just get up and start somewhere. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to always have a plan. You're not going to know exactly what to do, but at least start by going out and doing something. If you don't know where to start working out, get a partner, someone that has experience already lifting, someone that may already attend a local gym that's willing to go with you and show you the ropes. If not, that's fine too. Thank goodness for the internet, because there's hundreds and hundreds of videos out there with information that will show you exactly what you want to do. First thing you need to do is take a bunch of selfies. What do I mean by that? You want a lot of pictures as a baseline to see where you're at. Use those pictures as motivation to say, a month from now, 3 months from now, a year from now, I'm not going to even be able to look at this picture and recognize this person because I put in so much work and effort, and you're going to look back and feel success. Next thing you got to do is be honest with yourself. Know this is a journey. It's going to be a continuous process. Some days you might eat wrong. Some days you might cheat on your diet. As long as you don't stop, you're going to be okay. It takes 2 months to turn a behavior into a habit. Just keep telling yourself, I may skip the gym this day, I might not eat right on this day, but as long as I have a solid plan and I keep going after it, I'm going to be okay. So after you started, just write down some of your goals, small or big. Just write them down. That way you can commit them to memory. That way you know what you want to accomplish, whether you want to be faster, whether you want to be bigger, whether you want to be stronger, whether you want to lose weight. Write it down. You can't be going 100 directions at once. Focus on one thing that you want to achieve and go after that. Next, I'd find a local gym and start small. 30 minutes of cardio on a treadmill or an elliptical machine. That's a good warm up, and that's going to help you burn those calories if you're looking to lose weight. If you're looking to put on a little bit of muscle, just start with your body weight. If you're getting onto the bench, do some bench press of maybe 140. If you're 140, do a couple sets of that. Your body weight. You should be able to lift your own body weight. 3 sets, 10 reps max. Next thing you know, move on to some dumbbells, some curls, maybe some squats. 3 or 4 simple exercises that you can do to failure. Now, after you've done that for 3 to 4 weeks and you built up a tolerance to that, start messing around incorporating more exercises into it. Next thing you know, 3 to 4 months have passed, you lost a significant amount of weight, and you're a pretty average gym goer that's starting to see some results. Lastly, you got to actively plan. You're not going to get results unless you actively plan time to get into the gym. We all have busy schedules. We all have lives. We all have things we want to accomplish. But if you don't actively set aside at least 1 hour a day, you're doing yourself a disservice. Next question comes from Joy. She asks, what exercises for seniors? Another great question. Just because you start to age does not mean you should start neglecting your health. Before beginning a routine though, however, make sure you address any physical limitations you have or any medical conditions you have that might prohibit your workout. Some things you can make into a daily habit: a brisk walk, cycling, or some hiking. These are all great low impact cardio exercises that's going to help you burn calories and keep that weight off. For strength and conditioning, I always recommend using body weight. Anything you can do that doesn't cause further injury. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats, lunges, crunches, planks. All these are great exercises you can do within the comfort of your home, and they don't take any extra equipment invested in order to do. You can get some resistance bands or some dumbbells and add that to give the workout just a little bit more challenge. Also, with age comes chronic joint pain, so I definitely recommend you do some stretching before any physical activity. I personally recommend yoga. It's a great way to improve mobility and flexibility. Next, we had Joshua and Tiffany, who had kind of similar questions. One, how to target belly fat, and also love handles, and how to get definition. Well, good news, Tiffany, I have several videos outlining calories and what to eat and what not to eat to help target that stubborn belly fat, so go ahead and check those out. Now, for targeting specific fat, you can target muscle groups by doing certain exercises, but targeting your fat is going to be a challenge because our bodies store fat and lose fat all differently. If I gave 10 people the same exercise and they all did that same exercise for a week straight, they're all going to see different results because our bodies are set up differently. I talked about body styles, the mesomorph, the ectomorph, and the endomorph. So depending on how your body style is, you might have fat stored in other areas that people typically do not store fat. So you can't do one specific exercise to target that fat loss area. In order to see that definition, all you have to do is be in a calorie deficit. Really, that's what it really boils down to. As long as you are burning more calories than you consume, eventually you're going to see a more toned and defined physique. Now, I'll give you some great oblique exercises. That way, when you do start to burn off that fat, that muscle definition is going to come through that much more. You got Russian twists, side planks, and bicycle crunches. These are my go-to when I'm trying to build some really defined obliques. You can also add a waist trainer or sauna suit. This is going to help you burn more calories during your exercise with that thermogenesis, basically heating your body up to burn just a little bit more. Overall, your diet is what you want to focus on when you're trying to target fat, whether it's belly fat, whether it's love handles, whatever. You got to focus on your diet. Staying away from those highly processed foods, making sure you're getting enough vitamins and minerals, make sure you're eating enough protein, and you're going to see results. Once those pounds start coming off, you're going to see the definition. It's just going to come naturally. Again, don't get frustrated. We all lose fat in different ways. We all store fat in different ways. As long as you're consistently in that calorie deficit, you will see results. Next, we have Sammy, who writes in gear. Now, for gear, it's really just a matter of opinion. You can get results by using the same standard gym equipment that everyone else uses in the gym, but you can add certain items to get a little bit better performance to get better results. My number one item in the gym, my tunes. If I don't have music, I don't have motivation. So I got to make sure I got a good playlist before I get in the gym, because that's really what's going to push me through that workout. Next thing I like to use is the arm blaster. You can pick one up on Amazon, about $30, really cheap, but it's a great tool in order to correct your form, which when you correct your form on your bicep curls, or any type of curls for that matter, you're going to get a better overall workout. So I definitely recommend using that piece of equipment if you're trying to build bigger arms. Next, I got a weight vest. Weight vests are just so versatile. Whether you're hiking, whether you're running, whether you're doing squats or pull-ups, you throw a weight vest on, it's going to add just a little bit more resistance. That's going to give your workout just a little bit more push. And they come in various sizes. You can get 20-pound all the way up to a 60-pound weight vest. So it's definitely a good addition to your equipment. And lastly, I use these ab slings. Ab slings, another cheap item you can get on eBay or get on Amazon for about $20-30. All they are is just two slings for your arms, and basically you use this to target those lower abs. Generally, you have to do some kind of hanging exercise, which would definitely burn out the arms. With the ab sling, it's really easy to target those lower abs. Now, little things like gloves and chalk are also items that you can use for your workout. I personally like to use chalk when I'm doing my deadlifts to keep that good grip on the bar. Gloves, not so much. If you want to use gloves, that's fine, but I like to earn these calluses. It's my trophies for working out. All gear is subjective. You can still get results without having any extra equipment in the gym. Next, we have Christopher that writes in, is it really important to track your macros? And how do I determine my calorie intake? It's a great question, Chris. Now, I did do a calorie series on how to break down how many calories you could be consuming. Also in that series included a calculator that's going to give you a good estimate of how many calories you should be eating based on the amount of work output that you're doing. So definitely go ahead and check out that series for the calories. Now, for the macro counting. There's been a lot of debate back and forth whether macro counting actually really works. I've even detailed an entire video on macros in general, just explaining and breaking down what they are. But for me, if you're a serious competitor or just want to be a top tier athlete, it is important for you to track your macros. Why? Because if you're not getting the right nutrients to fuel your body, you're not going to see the results that you want. The most important macronutrients is definitely protein. If you're serious about fitness and you really want to build muscle, you have to make sure you're meeting your protein intake. Fats and carbs, not so much, but I always make sure I'm getting at least 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of lean body mass. Really, people count their macros just to make sure they're getting the essential vitamins and minerals they need for optimal performance on a daily basis. But if you're just the average gym goer, you really don't need to be that meticulous with your diet. Now we have Justin that writes in, how does puberty affect your gains after 25? Well, Justin, for men, age 25 is where testosterone is at its peak. So basically, that's where you're going to see the most results based on the work that you put in. If you're looking to maximize growth, if you're really trying to see what your genetic limit is around 25 and up before you hit 30, that's that window that you want to be in. Like if you're pushing yourself, you can really see what your body can do because your body's firing on all cylinders. This is probably like the peak of your heightened performance. Now, from 30 on, you're going to see a small decrease every year in testosterone, which is obviously going to curve your performance just a little bit. And obviously, you're going to see a lot of increase in body mass because your metabolism slows down. You're going to put on weight a little more gradually and easier. You shouldn't wait till you're 25 to start working out. But if you're in that window from 25 to 30, that's when you want to start pushing yourself the most because that's the best it's going to get. Kyle writes in, processed food and the effects on your body. Great news, Kyle. I just did a series on alternative foods where I break down all the types of processed foods. You got unprocessed, processed, and ultra processed. So go check out that video. Definitely give you some good insight on the foods to avoid and some alternative foods that you can have in place of them. Stephanie asks, how do you lose 30 pounds in seconds? Oh, that's too easy. Next time you're at the grocery store and you have a small toddler with you, leave the store, leave the toddler inside. Bam, 30 pounds gone. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Now, you might not be able to lose 30 pounds in seconds, but in 30 days, you can see a dramatic transformation in your body composition by following simple steps like just changing your diet. You don't even have to work out. Just changing small portions of your diet. Maybe cutting back on some carbonated beverages. Maybe cutting back on your carbs so much. Maybe just doing an extra 15 to 20 minute walk daily with your normal routine. These small changes in 30 days, as long as you're consistent, you will see gradual weight loss. Bellamy writes in, what should I be eating during quarantine to keep the weight off and maintain my muscle? Now more than ever, you need to keep that protein high. Protein is going to keep you satiated, meaning you're not going to want to eat more and binge. So keeping that protein high is going to keep you fuller. Also, it's going to help feed your muscles. This is not the time to be picking out on a bunch of snacks, foods, and carbs and excess fats, because then you're just going to work twice as hard when you get back in the gym to get those gains back. These have been some great questions, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to leave some comments on things that you like to see discussed. Again, if you want to see more content, please like and subscribe and leave a comment in the box, and I'll try to address any questions that you guys have. Also, almost nearing that 100 subscriber mark. I'd like to thank you guys, all those that have been supporting so far. Really appreciate it. I'm going to continue to try to bring you guys compelling content that's going to help you guys meet your fitness goals. But until next time, Big Swoll, helping you meet your goals, signing out.